Game week 7 is probably one of your first opportunities to use your free hit, and in this video I'm going to be going through a free hit Game week 7 team template for FPL to get you up those rankings. So stay tuned to the end and be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit those notifications so you don't miss any more FPL content from me. Now let's get into it. Bearing in mind this is just a template, you can feel free to switch around the players if you may be, but I feel like this template is super strong for Game week 7, so let's get into it. So for goalkeepers, we've got Kaminsky or Areola. Now you can choose either. Kaminsky has 2 games this game week, which is lovely to have, and Areola is going up against Sheffield United, and we know what happened to them this weekend. So yeah, it's up to you. If you prefer the 2 game weeks, then Kaminsky is fine, and Areola if you want to benefit from him playing Sheffield United. So that's up to you. Personally, I go with Kaminsky because 2 game weeks. It's pretty good, and it's against Everton and Burnley, so there is some clean sheet potential, but you know, Luton, you never know what you're going to get with them, so that's that. And next up, we got the defenders. Now, bearing in mind, in this team, we'll be playing 3-4-3 because I feel like it's a good formation with the set of players that we have in this template. Now, ignore Lamptey and Gomez. They're just there to be on the bench. And you will be playing Shar, Trippier, and Kabore. Now, with the Newcastle defenders, we all saw what they just did to Sheffield United. Oh my goodness, what a display that was from both sides in very different ways. So yeah, as you saw with Newcastle defenders, they are very good and they've got a good run of games, but they are going up against Burnley at home, so this is a very good time to be having them in your free hit team. We've got Shar and Trippier. You could go with Botman if you do please, but I gone with Shar because I just feel like he's got a little bit more attacking potential. I know Botman did just score this weekend, but you know, nothing wrong with switching either between them, so nothing wrong with that. And Trippier, he got 3 assists, which is great if you owned him then. Unfortunately, I did not, and it was a pain. It was a pain, and yeah. But if you choose to have this free hit team, you'll be having him in. And Kabore, simply because he's got the 2 fixtures against Everton and Burnley. Do I really expect clean sheets from Luton? Not really, but still, even if they don't get 2 clean sheets, as long as they, if they concede 1 and they in both games, then you'll get 4 points. So not too bad, not too bad, which is still much better than the ones that are only playing in the 1 game week. So yeah, worth having. Let me know what you think of this defense. I think it's a pretty good defense. And as for the midfielders, this is where you will make your money. Or your points in this case. We've got Saka, Bowen, Ward-Prowse, and Koleosho. Don't mind Doak. He is not playing. He's going to be on the bench. Saka, you know, Bournemouth away, I feel is a very good fixture. And he did very well against Tottenham at home, and so there's no reason why he couldn't do well against Bournemouth away, because they're not as good as Tottenham, as we all know. And Saka is just the center of everything that they do in attack, so I feel like not having him in your team for a fixture like this is not ideal, so it's best to you if you have him in. And next up, we've got Bowen, Jared Bowen, very good player. Sheffield United at home, and West Ham have been pretty decent. They've had 2 losses, but it's against Man City and Liverpool, so we will let that slide, and I really do feel like they'll be bouncing back against Sheffield United at home, especially with Sheffield United being as bad as they were. I don't feel like their confidence levels will be that high, so West Ham should be doing the business, and that's why we've also got James Ward-Prowse. He's been very good this season. He didn't do anything against Liverpool, but that doesn't matter. It's Anfield. It's a very tough game, so we'll let that slide again. And yeah, I expect business as usual from him against Sheffield United at home. And honestly, as a player, I'm really considering for my team as well, because West Ham's fixtures from game week 9 onwards, which is when I plan to use my wild card, are very good. So one to look out for. And we've got a little bit of when I say a little bit, I mean a pretty huge differential. Luca Koleosho. Now, I've been watching a few Burnley games, and I really like the way this guy plays. He is so direct, so quick, so tricky. He can definitely cause a lot of problems. He's kind of like Nicholas Jackson, but minus the price. He's very... He buzzes around a lot, but, you know, the end product is maybe not quite there, but, you know, with this game week 7, you've got 2 bites of the apple. So, you know, the chances of him getting a return is much higher. So, I feel like he is worth a punt for a free hit. Well, free hit is basically a punt. So, yeah, not a bad option to have for game week 7 free hit. And to round things off with the forward line, we are playing a 3-4-3 like I said, so we are going to be playing all of these forwards. We got Wilson, Carlton Morris, and Erling Haaland. Now with Callum Wilson, he's been starting the last couple of games, so that's why I've gone with him. You could go with Isak if push comes to shove, if you want to decide between who starts or not. But I do feel like Wilson is the most likely to start at this current moment in time. I know they have a League Cup game in the midweek, so maybe things could change, but, you know, at this moment in time, I think Wilson is the best option. Well, he's most likely to start, I mean. We've got Carlton Morris. Luton are very terrible, but he's on penalties, and he just scored a penalty in game week 6, so... and... Which is pretty good. He seems to be pretty good at penalties, so if Luton get a penalty in game week 7, then he's more than likely to score, and... obviously, with a double game week, he's got 2 bites of the apple. So, we got him in, and obviously, you cannot go without Erling Haaland, in my opinion. Go without him if you dare to do so, because you will definitely be punished. And he's going up against Wolves away, which is not a very good team. But, you know, obviously, you're expecting Haaland to do the business, so... yeah, that's my team. Let me know what you think of the comments. But let me know in the comments down below, I mean. What do you think of this free hit team? Do you think it's a good team or not? Now, obviously, with a team like this, there are definitely alternatives. For example, you could go with Trafford instead, because he's also got a double game week. But, you know, Burnley play Newcastle away, and that's not a very favorable fixture. So that's why I've gone with Kaminsky. You could go with... Amdouni even instead of Wilson if you don't think he's gonna start. Yeah, with Amdouni, it's really annoying because I was really looking at Lyle Foster for my team because he was the only one of the Burnley players that was producing, but obviously he got that red card against Nottingham Forest, which is super annoying because I was heavily considering him for game week 7 in my team, but you know, he got sent off, so nothing you could do about it. So you could go with Amdouni. He's only owned by 0.2%. Is he worth the punt? I'd say he's worth a punt if you like the double game weeks more. And obviously, he did score against Nottingham Forest, so there is some attacking potential there. But like I said, with him playing Newcastle away, that's a very tough fixtures, and... so, you never know. But he is playing Luton, so he could definitely do something there. It's basically up to your appetite. Do you think it's worth having Amdouni simply for Luton at home? Or do you feel like having Carlton Morris against 2 easier games is more beneficial? You know, that's up to you to decide. But for me, I prefer Morris over Amdouni. Simply because, like I said, he's on penalties. And with Burnley, we don't know who's on penalties. It could be Amdouni, it could be... I don't know, one of the midfielders. You never know. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you found this video very helpful and you stayed to the end, please do consider giving me a like, hit that subscribe button, hit those notifications so you won't miss any more content from me, and that'll be super helpful towards me and growing my channel. So thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, see ya!